Hey again, it's Francis, and welcome back to another level of Dungeon Synthesis. Today I'm going to go back into that session I was working on with the drum machines and show you how we can use that routing system to generate sidechain compression and bring our kicks or our snares in front of another synth. Let's go. Alright, here we are, right where we left off. Sounds like this. Kind of fun, but we need some synths. Let me make something real quick. It's pretty good. It's a little bit hip hop for my taste. I'm going to take these claps out. And I'm going to put these hi-hats on the beat. Let's hear that. Maybe if I slow it down significantly. The syncopated drums aren't helping either. And I think I'm going to have to make the kick a little bit more lo-fi. You know what? I didn't remove my master bus send, did I? There it is. Much better. The cymbals are still a little bit hi-fi for my taste as well. Great. This is pretty close to what I want. Now, what I'm going to do is create what's called side chain compression. And to do that, I'm going to need a compressor on the track that I want to pull back behind my drums. We can do this with any sound, but it's most common to hear with drums or with voiceover. What I'm going to need to do once I have this compressor set up is to drag the routing from my kick into the compressor. We need to make sure the audio is routed from channels 1, 2 to 3, 4, so it's going to new channels for the compressor, and our detector input has to be auxiliary. We can set values on our compressor. I'm just going to pick stuff at random for now, and we'll come back later if we need to. And once we have this set up, okay, so I just troubleshooted that, and the problem is that I was sending MIDI from my kick through into the synth. And now you can hear that every time the kick triggers, the synth gets turned down. I'll make that extreme and then dial it back a bit. This is a common technique in electronic music to make the kicks really punch through hard. We can do the same technique using any sound as the trigger sound. Let's try that again with the snare. So I'm adding a compressor, dragging the routing from the snare into the compressor, setting the detector input to auxiliary input left and right, making sure the compressor's ratio isn't set to 1:1, because 1:1 does nothing, and double checking in my routing to make sure I'm not sending MIDI information. Let's hear that now. And now we're making sure that our drums stand out in front of the synths, which isn't always appropriate, but sometimes it sounds great. Let me try adding a bass line underneath this, copying the low notes from my synth. I think that's sounding pretty cool. Next time, let's come back with some arrangement ideas to turn that into a more complete sounding song.